I think we've got 500,000 products in our range currently. We're working in over 27 countries, so it's a global offer. We've got lots of customers, 1.6 million customers, business to business, selling electrical, mechanical widgets and gadgets. I'm actually responsible for the European piece of the part of the business, which is probably the largest part of the business, where we use SAP. Traditionally, we were a catalogue business. Traditionally, we were paper-based. Everything's moved on. You can't be paper-based when you're selling over 500,000 products, and it takes you a length of time to get a product into a catalogue. Electronic widgets change their price. All those things happen. You've got to be able to get onto the website quickly. You've got to be able to go online, be online and work online and be responsive to the customer very quickly. We ask the business to give us very clear requirements. And we almost separate ourselves from the business. We go away, lock ourselves away for 6 months and come out of the room and say, it wasn't quite what you wanted, but here's what we've delivered. And the business team say, no, it really wasn't what we wanted. And you have to go re-engineer your system, rethink about your process, redesign your processes, and rework your processes. And within an SAP environment, that can be quite expensive and quite difficult, traditionally. So some new approaches we're thinking about using new technologies, and the SAP composition environment was one of the technologies we've actually looked at and said that this is a good idea. It gives us an opportunity to start making changes and developing customer offers without having to change our core system. Some of these tools allow you to interact in a different way, to work with your business partners in a different way, to really understand and get to the point of describing what the business really wants to achieve far quicker than it would have been traditionally in the waterfall, trying to document everything in the old blueprint processes we used to go through. It encourages our business to think process as opposed to thinking, usually it's UI is what they think about. Is I want this gadget, I want this widget. They think function, not process. So it encourages the business to help us think process, and therefore you end up with a better result. The power of the composition environment for us is that it pulls key functionality from multiple different places. So primarily SAP, I look after the SAP landscape with electrical components and in terms of development. And using the composition environment, I can pull data from CRM, I can pull data from R3, we've got a BW instance, we can pull data from that. These different data sources, suddenly you can build composition environments. One of the good examples we're just working on is we're building a customer discount manager. But what it's managing is our portfolio of discounts we offer our customers. They have to go through approval processes. Like any business, we have to make sure we're not giving away too much and we are going to be profitable and it's appropriate to our business. So there's approval, there's discussion, and there's a workflow. We've had those processes in the past with workflow tools that allowed us to do that. But traditionally, the salesman would have had to type in all their details into an independent workflow tool, go to R3 or go to a report in BW, get some details about the sales, the discounts which are applied. They go to CRM and get some information around the customer, type that customer name and address in. They try and produce letters off the back of this using that information. If they've mistyped it, the letter's rubbish, the contract's rubbish. With the SAP BPM piece, it's very easy to model your process and then work out where your application components fit in with that process and join the two together. So I think it's bringing the technology and the process together in a way that we've not really had in the past. We've got an ERP system, R3 system, quite an old R3 system. We've got CRM we're using, and we're using some other technology as well. My fear was that advantage was always based on if you're on the latest versions. But actually, the good news for us, it's not just the latest versions. The composition environment, the version we're using at the moment, absolutely will hook up with our current versions of CRM. We're using CRM version 4, R3 we're using 4.6C. So absolutely hooks up. We can use the BAPIs, we can expose the information from the BAPIs, we can see the formats and the structures, and we can hook up to all of that rich data and rich process we've already created. So we're not throwing away our assets. We reuse exactly the way we should do. We're reusing the assets we've already got and our existing investments. The whole idea of the composition environment is you can expose your core processes and use your core functionality in a process outside of your core system on web pages. Is it making my system into a platform? I think it is. What it's doing is giving us a capability to expose our existing assets. The key for me is we're exposing our existing assets. We've invested a lot of time and money in SAP processes. We've got a lot of benefit from that as a group. We're now moving forward to the next stage of exploiting and really taking the key learning from the good process side of things. Now we can start doing some clever stuff which make us different as a business. My tip and advice is spend time working with the business teams, really clarifying what you want to do, but make sure you do it together. So you're actually drawing out the process together, working it through. And then the nice thing is with some of this new technology, if you're still not sure whether you've really understood what the business wants, it's very easy to model and mock something up very quickly so that it can be visualized. We decided to work with a partner, CompriseIT, an SAP partner. The reason we went with Comprise is because they've done this before and they're experienced at using the competition environment, and it makes a huge difference having someone who understands the product offering and how it fits together. We brought them in. They helped us not only in the business case, understanding the proposition, also helped us in the setup, the deployment, and our first projects.